So you did it. You walked across that stage, you got that diploma, and now the world is supposed to be your oyster, right? But if you're standing there feeling just a little bit uncertain, wondering if that piece of paper is really the only key to success, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to crack open a classic to uncover a secret that has built massive fortunes for people from every walk of life, whether they had a degree or not. We are diving deep into Napoleon Hill's legendary book, Think and Grow Rich. Now look, this isn't just one guy's opinion. This book is the result of more than 20 years of hardcore research analyzing the minds of over 500 of the wealthiest people of that era. We're talking titans of industry, many of whom started with absolutely nothing but an idea. You put in the all-nighters, you passed the exams, you earned that qualification, and that is a huge, huge achievement, for real. But now comes that big question, the one that keeps so many new grads up at night. What is the actual formula for turning all that knowledge into real, tangible success? And yeah, into wealth. And this brings us to what you could call the graduate's dilemma. There seems to be this massive gap between what we're all told leads to success, good grades and a degree, and what actually builds fortunes out there in the real world. I mean, why is it that some people with very little formal education can go on to build empires, while plenty of others with advanced degrees are just struggling to get by? Well, the guy who actually paid for all this research, the steel magnate Andrew Carnegie, he had a pretty strong opinion about this. He basically believed that a lot of what's taught in schools is, well, kind of useless when it comes to actually making money. He was convinced that something else, this powerful secret, was the true engine of real achievement. So, what exactly was this hidden formula? Carnegie didn't just get lucky. He used this specific formula to build a colossal fortune, and then created dozens of other millionaires by teaching it to them. And his final act was to challenge Napoleon Hill to spend the rest of his life sharing that exact same secret with the world. The way Hill presents this secret is so intriguing. He says it's right there, hidden in plain sight, mentioned over and over again throughout his book. It's not some complex equation, it's a fundamental principle that only reveals itself to the people who are truly ready and actively looking for it. And here's the absolute crucial point. This secret has nothing to do with cramming your head full of facts. It's not about what you know, it's about how you think. It's a mental tool, a state of mind that anyone, and I mean anyone, regardless of their education, can learn to use. All right, let's pull back the curtain. The secret, the starting point of every single great achievement, the engine behind every great fortune, can be summed up in just two words: burning desire. Okay, let's be crystal clear about this. This is not a simple wish, like, I'd like to have some more money. No. A burning desire, as Hill defines it, is an all-consuming obsession. It is a definite, specific goal that you go after with a concrete plan and a level of persistence that flat out refuses to accept defeat. It's the difference between kind of wanting something and being absolutely unshakably determined to have it. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds a little bit like motivational fluff, but Hill backs this up with some seriously powerful examples of people who proved that this mindset is way more valuable than any diploma you could ever hang on a wall. Hill draws this really sharp line in the sand. He says the conventionally educated person often just collects a bunch of general knowledge and, follows the paths that are already there. But the successful mind, that's different. It's laser focused on a definite purpose, it organizes knowledge to reach that purpose, and it doesn't wait for opportunities, it creates them. I mean, just take Thomas Edison. The guy had only 3 months of formal schooling, total. Yet he became the world's leading inventor. How? Because his burning desire to create the light bulb was backed by a persistence that saw him through more than 10,000 so-called temporary defeats. His desire was just way stronger than any failure. Or think about Henry Ford, who never even finished high school. When he decided he wanted a V8 engine cast in a single block, his engineers literally told him it was impossible. His reply? Produce it anyway. He just demanded it, and his sheer determination forced his team to figure out how to do it. He basically created his own reality because his desire was absolute. Okay, so this is all great, but how do you actually go from a simple wish to an unstoppable, fortune-building desire? Well, Hill didn't just identify the secret. He laid out a clear, practical, 6-step formula to actually build it in your own mind. So here it is. And notice how every step uses the word definite. Number 1, fix the exact amount of money you want. Not a lot, but a specific number. 2, decide exactly what you're willing to give in return. There's no such thing as something for nothing. 3, set a definite date. 4, create a definite plan and start right now, today. 5, write it all down. And 6, and this is key, read that statement aloud every morning and every night and see and feel yourself as if you already have it. This isn't magic, it's a form of intense mental programming. And this quote just captures that entire shift in mindset perfectly.
You have to move beyond just wishing for things. This whole 6-step method is designed to turn a simple want into an all-consuming obsession that makes success pretty much inevitable.
This all brings us to a really powerful conclusion that completely reframes the value of your diploma by redefining what it actually means to be educated. So Hill points out that the word educate comes from the Latin word educo, and educo doesn't mean to stuff in, it means to draw out from within. Real education isn't about filling your head with facts, it's about developing the powers of your own mind. So, by that definition, an educated person isn't someone who can win a trivia game. It's someone who knows how to use their own mind to achieve whatever it is they want in life. By that standard, Henry Ford and Thomas Edison were two of the most highly educated men in history. So here's the big takeaway. Don't devalue your formal education. Your diploma is an amazing testament to your discipline and what you've learned, but it is not the finish line. Think of it as the foundation. This secret we've been talking about, cultivating that burning desire, that is the master key that unlocks your true potential. Ultimately, your diploma is a powerful tool, but a tool all by itself doesn't build anything. It needs a blueprint and a determined builder holding it. So the final question is really for you. Now that you have the tool and you know the secret, what great thing are you going to decide to build?